Hi guys! I'm back! Actually just finished Friday's video too, which is gonna be awesome. I'm so glad I have great friends. I couldn't decide whether I should talk about study abroad or I should talk about whether IB was worth it. But I looked back at my old other channel. I was actually cleaning up and deleting old channels since I finally made a decision of what I was doing with my life. I noticed that the IB video that I made originally was so popular. It had like 1,000 or something views. So today, friends and family, I'm going to talk about if IB was worth it or not. If you don't know what IB is, I'm going to upload the first video that I did that explained what it was. I'm gonna re-upload it today actually, just so that you can see it because it was on my old channel which I deleted. So if you are confused about what the IB program is, I'm gonna put it, you know, here it is, click the link, or a card or whatever the hell I decide to do, and you can go and find out what the IB program is.
I think it looks really good.
Okay, so guys, I know it's all in your head. I know it's there. Is IB worth it? Is it worth it? I remember when I first started high school in the States, they were making this big deal about how you should really balance your life. Don't take too many APs, don't take too many honors because it will kill you. And my auntie Janet, she used to tell me all the time, I'll never let my kids take APs because they need a life and they need to sleep. And to be honest, she's not wrong, but I still took IB anyway. Let's get this out of the way, guys. Let's just get this out of the way. If you're not going to university or college, don't do IB. If you're in depression and you've ever felt like you were going to kill yourself because of school, don't do IB, okay? Those are the first things. Like, right here, don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Trust me. But if you want to go to a university, you want to go to a big university, you want to travel the world, you don't know which country you want to go to school in, you want to go to the UK, you're a high achiever, you're stable, you get straight A's, then try IB. Do it because it's actually really fulfilling and it really, you come out a more mature person. So I just graduated with my IB diploma of 33 points last month. This month, yes. And it was, I don't know, when I got my results, I'm not gonna lie, I felt kind of down because I thought, I don't know, I'm the type of person who's really used to being smart and used to getting really good grades, and I had A's and B's for most of my subjects, except math. I don't know, they were telling us this the entire time that the grades were that hard. But as a student, you know, like, say your teacher says to you, this class is really hard and it's literally nearly impossible. 0.02% of people get a 100 in this class, like 0.02. So already you're thinking it's impossible, but then by the end of it you usually get it anyway. Like that, at least that's how I grew up. But IB is not like that. Honestly, it's hard. Guys, I'm telling you from right now. Be prepared to get D's. Be prepared to get messed up. Be prepared to have sleepless nights. It's gonna happen. It really is. But I'll say something else too. It's not as hard as they make it seem. It's only hard because these last 2 years of our lives, we're only just starting to get used to working. Like, we're not used to this kind of pressure, and so the all of a sudden pressure makes us feel like, what is happening, right? It makes us feel so uncomfortable that even though it's not a lot of work, we're dying. We're doing a 500-word response for an English class, and you have to do one every single day, a 500-word response, which which during crunch time happens, and you're doing it and you're thinking to yourself, I can't do this, it's too much work, I can't do this, it's too much work. But to be honest, if you would just sit down and do it, it would take you 10-15 minutes. But the anxiety is so strong as a teenage high schooler that that's impossible. That's just impossible. So really, it's the person, it's the environment, and it's the time of your life that makes IB as difficult as it is. If you hear from anyone else, IB is basically what university level coursework is like. So it's not that you wouldn't be able to handle it, because everyone eventually will be faced with this kind of thing if you decide to go to university. The truth is that for the time and place that you are in your life, it's pretty flippin' hard. So the smallest things to worry about, like the least things to worry about in IB are CAS, TOK, and that's it. If you're feeling stressed out because of CAS or TOK, don't be. Trust me, just don't be. I know they changed the CAS rules recently, but I have other friends that are doing IB now, and trust me, it's okay. You'll get through it. It's not that hard. You'll be fine. You can do it. It's only worth 3 points. But hey, if you feel like you're gonna be low on the point side, get your TOK and CAS done, and done early. Are your subjects, obviously, your HLs, your SLs. Actually, you know, here's the funny part. I think that SLs are harder than HLs, because HLs are usually the topics that you're good at. They're the topics that you like. They're the topics that you're interested in. And the problem with all IB subjects is that you have to be dead hella interests. You have to be hella interested in every subject for you to do well, even relatively, because you cannot, most classes don't even have one textbook that you're studying from. And sometimes the textbooks are terrible. The type of questions they all need background information, which means you need to be studying on the internet, you need to be studying your library, you need to be talking to your teacher after school. You cannot just be in class and read your textbook and pass IB. You can't. You simply cannot do it. So to me, SLs are harder, because to get me to sit down and research about math is like pulling out literal teeth without any Novocaine. That's what it feels like to me. You understand? So even though my SL is supposed to be easier than my HL that has a higher demand of coursework, it's not. It's a lot harder because I just can't put myself to do so much extra work for something I don't care about. I think that IB is something that if you are a global citizen, you are a person who you know you're going to travel, you're a person who you know you're a high achiever, you're a person who is organized and knows what they want, then you go ahead, by any means, do IB. It is one of the most fulfilling feelings to look at your IAs and your EE and to see how flippin' smart you are. You have no idea what it feels to look at a 45-page essay and flip through the research that you spent 6 months on in high school and be able to show that to people. Talk about your thesis in cultural anthropology mixed with visual arts, you know, your physics thesis based on the third law of blah blah blah. I didn't do physics. But if you're already not good at handling things, you already feel very stressed over school all the time, you are going to a US school that would be quite happy with a high SAT score, then hey, don't do IB. Focus on your SATs. Do something like that. You don't need it. You could get on quite fine without it. You could sleep an extra hour every day. You know what I mean? So, to be honest, IB is a personal choice. I honestly think that IB is a psychiatric decision. You have to really want it, and you have to be really committed to it. I hope that this video helped you to let you know if it was worth it or not. To me, it was worth it. So although I talked a lot of things that are negative, I basically just spoke about all these negative things to protect the people because I've seen a lot of people who I don't think should have suffered through it. I don't think any academic anything is worth your sanity, is worth your life, is worth your sleep, your nutrition, your friends. I don't think anything academic should ever touch any of those things. So I just really wanted to tell everyone that the hardest class is not necessarily the best thing. If you have any questions about the IB program, please leave me a comment down below. I was also thinking of doing a video to talk more about like the specific parts of IB, like CAS or your EE or tips or whatever. If you're curious to know any tips on how to survive or whatever, any questions whatsoever, leave it down below and I'll make a video for you. If this video was helpful at all in your decision or just was fun to watch, please give me a thumbs up and also subscribe down below. I make videos every single Wednesday, Friday and Sunday. Wednesday and Friday on this channel right here, and Sundays on my second channel, which I'll link up in the cards up here. On Wednesdays I make advice and lifestyle videos, and on Fridays I make culture and language videos. If there's anything, even if it's not related to IB, that you want me to talk about, please leave me a comment, message me on my Facebook, got Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Y'all can hit me up wherever y'all like, okay? Bye-bye! Really interesting, and you can also learn, you know, you can have, you have pretty pictures too, so either way you'll enjoy it, right? So, these I recommend, to be honest, probably to the people who are watching my video, you'll be more of a